So my name is Andrew Averett, and I am a business consultant and business coach. I work at a company called Upper Limit Consulting, and I work with entrepreneurs all the time to understand their financials as well as get themselves out of the way in their business so they can increase the profitability and ultimately get the business to where they dreamed it would be and get some more time and freedom from it as well. So where I started working, I wanted to share with you a little bit of my experience with Demi and how we worked together, and where I was and where I ended up. Because in the hopes that it'll help you get an idea of what work together might be, as well as what you can potentially expect. So um, what where I was is I had been a few years in my business and I was doing well, I was doing fine, but I wasn't where I wanted to be. And I knew I could do more, and the opportunities were right in front of me. I just couldn't get out of my own way. Meaning I had some beliefs about work that kept me back. Meaning the number one for me was work equaled pain. And so I would show up to, I could show up on calls with clients and do great, but then doing the work itself, I would freeze and I couldn't work. And I knew that that was not sustainable. Like I could muddle my way through things here and there and kind of get there, but I wasn't sustainable. I wasn't satisfied with it either. So the reason I worked with Demi and chose to work with Demi was a simple question of, if I stay in this pattern, I'll be okay, but I will not be achieving at the level I would know I can. And if I don't address it now, I don't know how long it'll take until I actually fix it. And so I just decided to jump in and say, I'm tired of this. I'm ready to make some change and some big improvements. And so we started working together, and it was the initial of, this is a big investment primarily in me, but it's a commitment to growth for me, but like also to someone else. And they have to see my downsides, my pain points, my struggles. And I loved working with Demi because she made that comfortable. Although it was uncomfortable to expose myself and be vulnerable, she made it very welcoming to say, this is where the gold is. This is where it's really good. That's juicy. Let's find out what's going on here. And so I would look in places that I would not have looked on my own, because I would have naturally run away from them. But by facing them, she gave me the ability to look at where I could take responsibility and change the narrative or change my actions, change things. And so what resulted from that? After working for a few months, I still hit a few things, but like the chinks, I would almost say she was cracking the walls I had put up over time. And she was starting to break through those things, and we just continued to work. And at the end of it, my wife said, probably her testimony is probably the best one. I asked, hey, how does working with Demi, how has this been? And she said, I wish you had found your coach when you had very first started your business, because who you are and how you show up today compared to what we've ridden over the last few years is very different. And so for me, that's her experience, which is awesome. And that was a huge part of what I wanted, an outcome that I wanted: better family life, better relationship, and less of the stress and anxiety from the business overflowing. But then the biggest one is the peace of mind, the clarity, and almost the relaxing that I can do when I still have to do work, but now it's no longer pain. Now I can show up and serve powerfully, where in the past I would do it when I was with someone, but there would be so much anxiety and stress on the back end. And now that has been calmed down, and I can function, I can run at things in a way that it's been years, probably, like I would say even back to college was probably the last time I felt some of these confidence in myself and ability to run at jobs and projects with ease and with confidence. So hope that helps. And I do believe in coaching at a deep level. My skill set has gone way up. My understanding of life has changed and shifted. And so I think it's well worth it. It was a big investment, a big choice, but at the end of the day, I thought my life in the future is worth it. And I would rather achieve that sooner with the help of someone else than struggle through it and eventually hopefully get there, but not be sure. So thank you.